From your Gulf Coast Weather Authority, this is Fox 26 Morning News.
Okay, so how would you like to be able to sniff and sip scotch all day long? It's my dream job, actually. If it sounds like your dream job, you're not alone. Here with us this morning to talk about what a master scotch blender does is Mr. Richard Paterson. Thank you so much for joining us.
Lovely to be here. Thank you.
All righty. Well, let's get right to it. What does a master scotch blender do?
A master blender is a man that's responsible for all his products, whether it be single malts or blended whiskies. He must create the style, but more importantly, he must maintain that consistency. Whether you drink Dalmore in Texas, Thailand, or Tasmania, must remain the same.
Now, you're known as the nose.
Well, it's big enough, put it that way.
In certain circles. I think it looks lovely. What is the difference between whiskey and Scotch whiskey?
Scotch whiskey only comes from that beautiful place, Scotland. But you get American whiskey, you get Japanese whiskey. They have their own individuality, but when it comes to Scotland, we have 106 different distilleries operating there, not like sort of America, about 10 or 12 different distilleries. So you've got lots of different complexities coming from that one area only.
So, Richard, is it like champagne, like a white sparkling wine can only be called champagne if it's made in Champagne, so Scotch whiskey can only be called Scotch whiskey?
When it comes to the rules and regulations laid down by the Scotch Whisky Association of that country.
See, I didn't know that.
I'm finding that out right now. I'm trying not to open the bottle, so I'm just going to keep my hands down here.
Morning TV.
Continue.
We can look, but no touch. Okay. You want to?
Yes. You know, we were going through some of the ages. Tell us basically what are the differences when you start with, you know, when you the different ages.
When, for instance, you take a whiskey like this, this says 12 years old. So all the whiskies in this single malt, remember, a single malt is from one distillery only. Therefore, all the whiskies in this, it says 12, can be not less than 12 years old as specified in the bottle. So we have a single malt. You blend malts together like a Jura and a Dalmore. That's a vatted malt. But you've introduced a blend whiskey, that is grain whiskey and malt whiskey added together. And remember, a single malt is produced by the pot still method of distillation. But more importantly, it's like when you go home tonight, you have a bath, you have a shower, you feel more motivated, stimulated. Well, I must do that with my whiskey. I must stimulate it with a wonderful wood. And where does it come from? America. The Ozark Mountain Range of Missouri.
All right.
So we play a role.
Yes, yeah. All right, now, Richard, show us the proper way to taste.
The glass that you're actually holding is the Capita nosing glass, and therefore I'll say this to you: if you ever see you holding a glass like this and nosing like this, I'll kill you. So what you must do...
I'm just going to walk out of the interview right now. Richard's getting a little
So what you must
riled
do
up.
is, first of all, you take the whiskey. Just imagine this is whiskey. You put it in the glass and you swirl it around. Get rid of the throat and the water. So what you do is you keep it there. That cleans it up. Then you bring it up and you say, hello. And then you come back and say, how are you? And then you say, quite well. Thank you very much. But you must give it time. So it's like meeting you for the first time. I need to talk to you, communicate with you. That's what I must do with the whiskey. But you must get your nose into it. But normally speaking, when you're enjoying the whiskey, you would use a glass like this, holding at the bottom, put the whiskey in, a little water. But don't knock it back like a cowboy. Put the whiskey in your mouth, hold it up the top, underneath, keep it there, and then let it go down. By holding it in the mouth, it will reveal all these hidden flavors.
Who knew?
Absolutely.
I've learned a lot today, Richard. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And I must say, you look marvelous. Ruben, I think I can get you one of these outfits.
Yeah, I'm going to have to work on my wardrobe just a little bit. I'm still just dying to open the bottle.